Hey guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com here with an overview of the RK Sport Carbon Fiber Rear Diffuser for the 2015 and newer Premium Pack GT and EcoBoost Mustangs. In this video, we're going to talk about a few things when it comes to this rear diffuser. We're going to talk about the materials and construction of the diffuser. Of course, we're going to go over the install in more detail later, but I'll tell you now that the install for this is very easy. It's a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter, but there is some modification required to your rear bumper to get this installed. The RK Sport Carbon Fiber Rear Diffuser is going to be something that you should check out if you have a premium pack car and you're looking to add a carbon accent or to just simply change up the looks of the rear of your car. Carbon fiber always gives a different type of look than a painted or even an ABS part, so it's a good way to change things up and add some style to your Mustang. Now, carbon fiber is perfectly paintable, so if you plan on just painting this diffuser, then you're looking at a pretty similar piece to what's already out there. But if you're looking to keep the natural carbon finish, or say you want to tie in other carbon accents, then that's where the different look is going to come from. Part of the reason why I personally like carbon fiber so much is because of the appearance. It's not an ABS or poly material that has a tendency to show marks and a lot of imperfections or even fade from the sun. It doesn't have that TPO textured look to it, and you don't have to worry about keeping things like back to black on it to make it look good. It just naturally looks good and it has its own style. You don't have to worry about prepping or painting to get a clean styled look from it, since it authentically has that on its own. This is real carbon fiber and it's a twill weave design. So there are different types of carbon fiber and they have different looks. This look is going to give you that weave design that you can see right here and a very glossy finish that almost looks black from far away. This isn't a dry carbon fiber design, and it also has a clear coat finish with some UV protection in it. I will say though that even though this does have the clear coat for UV protection, if you want to keep your carbon looking new and glossy, you should keep a coat of wax on it. This type of carbon does tend to fade and it gets sun bleached if you don't take care of it. Or you could always add a clear automotive wrap as well for protection. This is for the premium chassis cars, and this installs using the stock hardware, so you won't have to worry about adding any hardware to your bumper. This is going to be replacing that lower portion of your rear bumper around the exhaust and the reverse light. The styling of this just gives a more aggressive look than the stock piece does, and what I like about this is that it continues around right here on the bottom of the bumper and around the side. Other rear diffusers for these cars just stop short of continuing around the sides of the bumper here. But I like that this one doesn't do that. It gives more of a complete look in my opinion. As far as price, I'll say right now that carbon fiber pieces aren't cheap. This diffuser costs just over $1,100. Now this is a little bit more expensive than you tend to see other rear diffusers cost. That goes back to what I was saying before about materials. Carbon fiber costs a little bit more because it's a better material. One thing I will say here though is that I would have liked to have seen better tabs here on this diffuser, especially for such a high price tag. It's not completely terrible, but I'd just be careful with this piece if it were mine. As far as the install goes, there is some cutting involved, but it's very minor. I'm still going to call this a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter, and the whole install should take an hour or 2 max to complete. You will need a Dremel or an air saw to cut the bumper, but other than that, you're just looking at needing some basic hand tools. Now, we aren't going to cut our factory bumper for this install, but RK Sport does give you an illustrated install guide and shows you 2 points on the rear bumper that you need to trim back to fit the diffuser after you have removed your factory piece, of course. Once you've completed the trimming, the diffuser installs using the stock hardware and all of the mounting points are identical to stock. Wrapping things up with the RK Sport Carbon Fiber Rear Diffuser, this is a rear carbon fiber diffuser that's going to add a different type of look to the Premium Pack S550, and you can check it out more online right here at AmericanMuscle.com.